Welcome everyone into the News 4 Forum. The show we don't just watch, we're asking you to join in. We're talking about hot stories, trending topics, viral video, and the latest in your tech news. So let's go ahead and get started. And starting off this morning with a look at what is trending online. Locally, the most read story on mynews4.com is Sparks Man wins online auction for rare collectible. Jason Mars purchased the very rare Honus Wagner baseball card for only $177. But some hobby experts question its authenticity because it was listed as a reprint. Jason admits, hey, I didn't have the papers to authenticate it, but he plans to get someone from the professional sports authenticator to rather take a look at it. We'll keep you updated on this story. Is it real? Is it not? All right, on CNN.com, the most read story this morning is Joan Rivers' doctor took selfie, began biopsy before her cardiac arrest. This one's shocking a lot of people. According to CNN, the selfie was taken when the star was sedated. Then the doctor performed a biopsy on Rivers with her consent. Investigators believe that Rivers' vocal cords then swelled, leading to cardiac arrest. Right on FoxNews.com, the most read story this morning is suspected ID'd in Pennsylvania trooper ambush a marksman who doesn't miss. According to FoxNews.com, disturbing story here. About 200 law enforcement officials have searched for 31-year-old Eric Freen, who police say shot and killed Corporal Brian Dickinson and then critically injured Trooper Alex Douglas in their police barracks that happened on Friday. And trending on Twitter this morning is hashtag Scotland. The Scottish vote of independence is a tight race that is going to be decided by the undecideds. The referendum is unique in that it's the first time to allow registered voters under the age of 16 or 16 and older, I should say, to cast those ballots, creating its largest ever electorate. Now, 4.2 million people are expected to vote. It's going to happen tomorrow, of course. We'll keep you updated. All right, now on to our Viewer Voice segment, where we ask you there to chat with us about some of the trending topics of the day. You can find these topics on our Facebook page at about 9 o'clock in the morning, and we'd love to have you live on air with us. All you have to do is have a Google Plus account, circle me, Melissa Carlson. By the way, you can do it on your mobile device. All right, our first story for today. They lost their daughter in the Aurora Theater shooting 2 years ago, and now they say someone besides the shooter needs to be held accountable. Dave Young explains why they're suing 4 online companies.
I'm doing such a great job.
Jessica Gowie, an aspiring sports reporter, had taken her lifelong friend here to the Century 16 Theater that summer night in 2012, texting her mom in Texas around midnight.
The last thing she said to me was, "Mom, go back to bed, get some sleep. Can't wait for you to get here. I need my mama." My text back to her at 12:06 was, "I need my baby girl."
Minutes later, the friend was on the phone.
And he said, "We've been in a shooting." And I could hear the screams in the background in the theater. I said, "Please just tell me she's not dead."
Jessica and 12 others were killed. 70 were injured. The family filed suit in Arapahoe District Court against 4 online companies operating as the Sportsman's Guide, Lucky Gunner, BTP Arms, and Bulletproof Body Armor. The suit alleges the companies negligently sold thousands of rounds of ammunition, body armor, and tear gas to James Holmes used in the shootings.
We started asking the question, how can someone that's mentally ill and known to be mentally ill get his hands on 6,000 rounds of ammunition?
Their suit was brought by the Brady Center to Prevent Gun Violence, which says it has won damages against suppliers in 10 other states.
There's never been a negligent lawsuit like this, and so the court is going to have to decide whether it even can go to a jury.
That was Dave Young reporting. So we're asking our Google Plusers, what do you think? Is there any merit to this lawsuit? It's tough here because you listen to them speak, you can understand or at least partially comprehend the pain they must be going through in all of this. And obviously trying to find some way to maybe rectify the situation in their mind at least. And maybe this is it. Maybe a lawsuit might help ease the pain. Maybe not. But they're saying somebody else needs to be held accountable. It wasn't just him. But a lot of people have an issue with this topic because they're saying if you're going to sue them, then why not sue everybody else behind them? How about the people who, as one person mentioned here at the studio, how about the people who went and mined for the metal that made the bullets? I mean, how far back do you go? Glenn, your thoughts on this one?
Well, first off, as far as what the Brady group is trying to say, that this man was mentally disturbed and so they shouldn't have sold to him, but the public didn't know that he was mentally disturbed. The information was held in private with the psychiatrist, so it wasn't known to the general public. And then many people every year are murdered with kitchen knives or killed with hammers or baseball bats. So as your crew was saying before you came on the air, so does that mean we have to go back and sue knife manufacturers and baseball bat manufacturers and hammer manufacturers?
I wonder, though, Glenn, if you start with something like this and say, hey, we're going to go ahead and sue you, we're going to go after you for this, don't you think that at least if they don't win this suit, maybe it starts the conversation about, once again, we need to have tighter rules on who can be sold ammunition, bulletproof vests, and otherwise?
Well, we already have those rules that are in place right now, so I don't think we need to tighten the rules. The problem is we don't seem to be enforcing the rules. And once again, someone who was seeing a psychiatrist because he was disturbed, the police didn't have the information. The people selling guns didn't have the information. The information was out there. The laws are out there, but we weren't sharing any of this information.
All right. Let's go ahead and move on to our next topic. For our second topic today, did both the media and the NFL handle the Ray Rice elevator knockout situation correctly? Mark Hyman joins us with his commentary in this week's Behind the Headlines.
CenturyLink Stadium, home to the Seattle Seahawks, reigning Super Bowl champions. Football is underway, but all the talk in the NFL is about the Ray Rice video. In fact, all of news, the talk is being dominated by the Rice video. You can argue it's being overplayed. Now, I'm not belittling domestic violence. We know it must be addressed. But this wall-to-wall coverage is excessive. I'm also concerned about Ray and Janae Rice. We should hope these two can heal as a couple. Continually demonizing Rice is not helpful. The other day, a cable news channel argued the NFL should be more involved in resolving domestic disputes involving players. Really? Since when did it become the responsibility of the employer? In any other industry, the employer would be told to butt out. Now, the public and pundits want to know why the NFL and Baltimore Ravens didn't come down harder on Rice much earlier. But what about Atlantic City prosecutor Jim McClain? He saw the video and declined to prosecute Rice. And with the approval of Judge Michael Donio, allowed Rice to escape prosecution by entering him in a first-time offender pretrial intervention program. It doesn't make sense to hold the NFL and Baltimore Ravens responsible for disciplining Rice when the public officials who have that responsibility refuse to do their job. To post this on Facebook or Twitter, go to behindtheheadlines.net. I'm Mark Hyman.
Tough one here. Did we go too far? And then you got to ask yourself the question, if the media is posting stories or whatnot about it, would we continue, or other media agencies continue to post it if people weren't reading it? Do you think that, or watching it for that matter if it's on TV, do you think that plays a part into it? Glenn, you do radio. Your thoughts. Do you think that we've taken this too far? Maybe it's time to back out. And the way he says too, it's think about Rice and his wife. They need some time to heal, and we're not helping the situation any.
Well, first off, you know when it's being taken too far when you turn on something like ESPN, which I rarely ever turn on sports. I'm not interested in sports, but I was curious, and I turned on ESPN, and what do I find? Reporters are now doing stories on reporters who are covering the story. At that point, you've really taken this too far. Plus, we forgot what happened in the first place with this. We forgot about domestic violence. Now we're talking about how this actually affects the game of football, the team involved. What about the woman involved? What about the man involved? And how about a discussion about domestic violence in general? That's where we need to be on this. We don't need to have a discussion about how it affects the media, or for that matter, how it affects the game or the franchise.
Some people, though, say the two are connected, right? We wouldn't be talking about it so much if the media wasn't pushing it out there all the time. And yet you still get a lot of hits on your social media site or otherwise about this. People are posting it, so we know they're interested in it. It's just a matter of when does it stop. This is the age-old question for all of the big stories, right, don't you think? Tony, what do we have on Facebook?
Ed writes in and says, it is the job of the police to investigate and arrest people for crimes. Nobody should be let go by their employer for any activity outside the scope of their employment unless it affects their work.
All right. We would love to hear what you have to say on these two posts that we put out there. Go ahead and post your comment on our Facebook and our Google Plus page. And if you do it before 11 o'clock, more than likely, Tony will read it live on air. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. All right. Coming up next, if you have an irregular heartbeat that might need a little bit of monitoring, there's a new way to do that. St. Mary's is here with us. Coming up next.
Oh, I can't wait to see how we are on time.
Right in. All right, Amanda, I'm inviting them right now because literally we had our Hangout open up seconds into the show. So I've just invited them, and there they are. They just popped in.
I see them coming up now.
Well, we've got them in, but we don't have their camera. Oh. This show needs to be blessed. Bless this show. Come on now.
Come on, St. Mary's.
You know, and it's Murphy's Law. The time that I have two people in here to take a look at how Google Hangouts work, and the whole thing goes to heck in a handbasket.
There we go.
Yay, St. Mary's! Hi, guys.
How you doing?
Good. Thanks for being with us. I want to make sure I say it right. Dr. Devang Desai.
You got it.
Woo! First try. I'm good. All right.
Nicely done.
Sorry about the wait. Right? Thank you for waiting around, you guys. So
I wanted to say hi.
that's Alex.
How you doing?
Hi, Doc. Good.
So we had some troubles with Google earlier. It was actually on our end with our internet connection, so that's part of what the issue is. So I apologize for the late ad
Not
there.
a problem at all.
All right, good. So just real quickly, your first question is, what is an insertable cardiac monitor? Who benefits from it?
Sure.
And what makes the system unique? Then what is the procedure like for patients needing the device? And then where can people get more information? We've got stmarysmedicalgroup.com. Does that sound good?
Yeah, so
Okay.
you can get a lot of information on it. So an implantable, can you hear me?
Hold on one second. We're about to get into it in 1 second. Stand by.
Okay.
Did I spell everything right?
Yeah, that's all good.
And welcome back, everybody. It's Wellness Wednesday today, and today we're taking a closer look at insertable cardiac monitors. How do they work? What do they do? And why are they unique? Joining us live on Google Plus to explain exactly that is Dr. Devang Desai, with the Director of Interventional Cardiology with St. Mary's. Dr. Desai, thanks for being with us.
You bet. Thank you for having me.
All right, let's get to it. What is an insertable cardiac monitor, and who really benefits from having one?
Yeah, that's a great question. So an insertable cardiac monitor is basically a monitor that we can insert under the skin for patients, and what it will do is continuously monitor heart rhythms. So it's a device that's been around for a while, but what we've gotten is the latest ones that have really gotten smaller, much safer, much easier to tolerate for the patients, really, because you don't want a large bulge under the skin that really doesn't look nice and people don't find it cosmetically appealing. So these newer loops are about the size of a AAA battery in length, but about a third of the thickness. So they're very small. We can put them under the skin, so it's subcutaneous. It's as far as the procedure goes, it's very simple. Takes about 5 minutes. Local, just lidocaine under the skin. And we can implant it, and usually we don't even use a stitch. We just use a little glue, skin glue, to just close it. So it's very easy for the patient to tolerate, and they go home very quickly after the procedure, back to normal life. Who benefits from it are patients who have had strokes that we don't know why. One of the major causes of stroke is abnormal heart rhythms called atrial fibrillation, or AFib. And there are patients that have what we call cryptogenic strokes, or strokes without an obvious reason. And we don't want to treat them with full-fledged anticoagulation unless we know that they have atrial fibrillation. So these monitors are really helpful in watching that patient and they don't really have to do anything. You know, these monitors will monitor for all types of different heart rhythms and automatically download at night.
That's incredibly unique, because when you think about it, what you all had before, what a lot of people still have, can really be over the top, if you will, just cosmetically. Nice to see that there's another option, and things are just getting smaller in that regards. If people would like more information, and especially how they can get into St. Mary's to potentially get one, I'm sure not everybody gets one. Is that right? Anybody's available for it, or is it only just certain groups?
No, I think, you know, we always want to make sure that you would benefit from any procedure or device. So clearly, not everybody needs it, but I think there is a subset of patients who truly will benefit, and so I think that's what we would evaluate you for.
All right, really great. Thank you so much for being with us, Dr. Desai. I appreciate it. If you would like more information, you can always go to stmarysmedicalgroup.com or give them a call. The number right there on your screen. All right, a lot of great information there. Go down to Alex with a quick look at our forecast. Hi, Alex.
Melissa, you're not going to believe how good our air quality is right now. That's a little silver lining and what you can expect for today. We'll have your details coming up after the break.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Well,
It's working out. It's working out.
so we went from potentially having, and I'm not kidding here, a 6-minute hole in the show. 6 minutes. Actually, more than that. But anyways, to being heavy in a matter of 17 minutes.
Yeah, just like that. Oh,
It's
thanks.
a wild ride.
Were you trying to post a picture? That was a very sweet post.
Yes. Did you see it?
Don't worry, it's been smoky all day.
And welcome back, everybody. We've got to look at your forecast for today. And air quality. Everybody wants to know about the air quality.
And I can tell you right now, this minute, it is okay. We can see our blue skies out there. Will it stay that way?
Who knows?
I have some bad news. We're looking for some hazy skies again, but we want to be the silver lining so far during the forum. So here's a beautiful photo to look at. One of the things we love about Nevada sunsets are just the beautiful color we see over the horizon there. So thank you so much for sending this in to the KRNV News 4 Facebook page. If you have a photo you've snapped recently, maybe not of the smoke or of the smoke, we'd love to share it. Go ahead and send it to our Facebook page. Taking a look now at your current conditions in Reno, we've got 85 degrees. So heading towards above average temperatures yet again today, 89 right now in Las Vegas and 80 degrees over in Elko. So it is a warm one. And what you can also expect today is very windy conditions. As you can see, we have a lake wind advisory that's going into effect as of right now until 8 o'clock tonight, impacting the tan colors on your screen. So Pyramid Lake as well as Lake Tahoe, very choppy waters today. So if you are planning on hitting the water, know that. But your air quality is good. That was last observed at 10 a.m. That number was 33. We haven't seen it that good in some time, but we are expecting the smoke to move in this afternoon. 93 and 59 was our high and low yesterday, so above average. We're going to continue that trend for the next couple of days. Your sunset is at 7:04 as our days are getting shorter. Taking a look now at your satellite radar, we do have that low pressure system making its way into the region, giving us a little chance of some thunderstorms and precipitation as we head into your Thursday. In fact, some isolated thunderstorms are possible for Elko today and in that northeastern region rather. But we are expecting very windy conditions too, and once we get that wind to move through, you can see some partly cloudy skies making their way into the region as well. Heading into tomorrow, some partly cloudy skies with that chance of precipitation, but clear for the most part right now. 91 and 53 in Elko, southeast winds up to 10 miles per hour, 88 and 55 for Eureka, and Ely up to 88 degrees today. And expect those isolated to scattered showers and thunderstorms later in the afternoon and into the evening. 94 the high for Lovelock today. And up at the lake, they are going to hit 77 degrees, 44 the overnight low for South Lake Tahoe, gusts up to 35 miles per hour. Now, they could even see ridge gusts up to 60 miles per hour, so be aware of that. 88 and 52 for Carson City, 91 the high for Dayton today. Warm one out there for Dayton, and we are getting into the mid-80s here for Stead, and Reno topping out at 90 degrees today with an overnight low of 57. Now, this haze and smoke, unfortunately, is expected to linger at least through to tomorrow, but the good news, we hope to have that cleared out by Friday. Expect the 80s for the rest of your 7-day forecast. A little bit of a cold snap for tomorrow, about a 9-degree difference in a lot of areas. And it looks like Carson City will be 80 degrees tomorrow. Melissa?
All right, Alex, thank you so much. Coming up next, iOS update for Apple does not come with a free U2 album, but just what does it include? That's next in your tech news.
We need everybody's home phone numbers so we can call them and wake them up. It's time. Okay.
I'm unmuted, but I can't hear you, Melissa. Oh, wait, I didn't want to see.
What Tony says, it won't pull him up. So that is that's the way to keep. And then to get him to take it off, just undo it, and now it's going to instantly go back by itself and start pulling pictures up. And
I can hear you
if you
now.
want to pull up a particular picture, it will pull it up without you.
Okay.
Welcome back. Returning now to your tech news. Just 2 days before the new iPhone 6 goes on sale, you can download the updated operating system, iOS 8, today. With it comes a new health app, more photo editing options, and the ability to turn off group text messages. There's also a new way to share within families. Much like a family might share a book or a CD, up to 6 people in a household can share each other's purchases from iTunes, iBook, and the App Store. So make sure you're buying what you want everybody else to see. The new iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus will already come preloaded, by the way, with iOS 8, so you don't need to download that. All right, weather conditions briefly delayed the launch of an Atlas V rocket.
Liftoff. We have liftoff of the Atlas V rocket carrying the Clio spacecraft for Lockheed Martin Space Systems.
Glenn, just after 8 p.m. Eastern Time, an Atlas V rocket lifted off from Florida's Cape Canaveral Air Force Station. The United Launch Alliance rocket is going to deliver a commercially based communications satellite for the U.S. government, known as the SLEO spacecraft. There's going to be another launch early Saturday morning as SpaceX ships its Dragon capsule and 5,000 pounds of cargo to the International Space Station. Well, the FBI launched a new facial recognition system this week that could tell them everything about you in just 10 minutes. It has more than 100 million records that can link someone's fingerprints or facial characteristics to their personal information like their address or age. Critics are concerned about privacy, claiming that it could turn innocent people into suspects. But experts say that the FBI can't put information on there it didn't already have, and social media photos are off limits. Amazing. All right, coming up next, skateboarding tricks. Pretty impressive just by themselves. Then you add a few thousand balloons. Totally different. Stay with us.
Just a few more minutes left. You're almost there. Hang in there.
Well, who doesn't love skateboarding tricks, right? But what if you add balloons to the mix? Take a look at this YouTube video posted by Devin Supertramp. Gosh, I love that name. He teamed up with the people at Jace Boards to make this awesome video of skateboarders going wild in these balloons. If you'd like to post it, you can find it on our Facebook page. Have a great day, everybody. See you back here at noon. Hey guys, so thank you for coming in. I'm sorry again that was debauchery at the beginning of it.
We did it. Look good.
We made it through. We made it through. I don't know where everybody is, but so Glenn, how much are you dealing with? Are you just kind of coming in the Hangouts and just dealing with it? Or are you getting into like the video aspect of it at all? We have some questions about video, and I just want to see how knowledgeable you are. You feel pretty well versed on it.
What do you mean by video aspects of it? I mean, I've a full studio here, if that's what you're asking, audio and video.
So for your video, we have Zach here with the. Come here, Zach. With the. Don't worry, it is really easy to use. It is very easy with the National Guard. Can I get? Is there any way to get audio open so that he can hear what they're saying? They probably left.
Go like this. Oh, you did ask your audio off to come down.
Oh, Brian's doing audio?
I'll get it for you.
Thank you. Oh, no, he's still up there. I can't have it with my mic open. Okay, you're a gem, Brian, a gemmy gem. So Zach is going to be using Google Hangouts. This is Glenn, by the way, and this is Tony. Zach is going to be using Hangouts where he's doing a Hangout, but he's routing through.
So we've got a UH-72 Lakota sending a video downlink to a box on the ground where I have video outputs, and I've got a capture card that I'm using to input onto my computer, and then I'll use Google Hangouts to go up to the cloud and stream to the Nugget, where the actual conference that we're going to be doing this demonstration.
Well, here, let me show you what I think is a simple way, because this is a full studio, radio, TV style and all that. But if you were to get one of these guys, and you can get them from Office Depot, and they're not that expensive, it comes with a microphone and a camera, and you can just plug it in and go. It's that simple.
So, you have a camera already on the Lakota, right?
Yeah, we've got it's a video downlink camera sending wirelessly to an antenna.
Put that in your ear, would you? Brian, stick around here for this because we're asking questions about. He's got some questions about getting video from. He's basically got video on a Lakota helicopter. He is bringing it down to. Explain it again.
It's down to an antenna at a base station, basically going into a computer. Sierra Nevada Corporation's made this, and then it outputs.